All right, off to a little bit of a late start. We had some logistics work we had to do before stream here. But yeah, we're good and ready to go for another Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming as we continue our playthrough of Super Robot Wars 30. I'm, as always, Bograt.
I am the Krampus.
I'm Shiv.
I'm Hunter Green.
And I am currently disappointed at having to turn off a lot of songs that I like.
Yeah, so between streams, I did do a few off-stream things, went through a few of the other relic things that we've talked about. But unfortunately, in doing so, forgot that I had the special soundtrack DLC enabled on my computer at home, which we have intentionally turned off for this one because it's Copyright Strike City. But I did pop the special mission that it gives you for having that DLC without thinking about it, which meant that it would not let us load the game without installing the special music DLC on this one. So hopefully, moving forward, no parts of this will get muted as new units appear and have copyrighted music playing. We're going to try and prevent that as much as possible, but we did have to go through and manually set all the copyrighted tracks back to the regular MIDIs that the game shipped with. Took a little bit of time, but we are all set to go here.
This is me trying to remember where the +1 power part one is. Right here.
Right there.
There we go. Okay. Right, up this thing then. I'll just bring this to max.
It's also not a bad set to go up anyways, because it gets you the more
Yeah, we start to actually
get energy regen and stuff. Like literally, that series of abilities is actually quite good. Where just being next to the Dreistrager actually restores some HP and energy units.
yeah, that can be actually good.
Rather than necessarily having to throw them back on, since, as we discussed before, returning to a ship does drop morale by 10. So if you have a unit that has an attack with a high morale cost, that they need to keep their morale up, but also you need to restore energy, you can just park them next to the Dreistrager rather than putting them back in it. It doesn't restore as much, obviously, but it gets them some back without tanking their morale.
And the First of Thrust boost, where it has precisely two good bonuses, the one at the beginning and the one at the end. Because they're both +1 move, and then there's some mediocre stuff in the middle.
The EXP stuff is fine.
It's fine, but it's fine on a giant list of good, so that's its real issue.
I mean, here's the thing. Those things are much more useful much later in the game when you are dealing with the much longer missions where you actually have the opportunity to build up enough EXC on the Dreistrager to make it actually really usable to give orders. That topological site is the one we actually got, I believe, off of the DLC.
Yeah.
Then the gunfight supporter was one of the relics I did.
That's actually... Wait, is this actually... very meh on that. Motion predictor. Okay. Who else was short on stuff?
I think we had everybody else equipped with stuff. We just had some junk thrown on a couple people.
Yeah. Alright, that should be good enough for now. So, I'll start off with an onboard mission we have unlocked between streams, or several of them. Yeah.
A lot of peepees.
SB Getter.
Simply, they got you SP.
Yeah, the SP getter restores 10 SP for every kill.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Does not count simultaneous kills, so if you kill like a bunch of people with a map weapon, you just get 10. You don't get.
Yeah.
All defense.
Defensor.
I
And
got ace.
yep.
First ace.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because we haven't really put Proud Ice on anybody because it is honestly kind of pointless in this game. As you can tell,
Yeah.
the fact that we're not even into chapter 4, and we already have one ace.
Correct.
Yeah. Now there is a mission that's going to give us a bunch of proud aces, so we'll
Yes, we'll use them when we have them, but it is absolutely not worth spending.
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Oh, right, that's what the All Defensor is. So the All Defensor is not actually a defense boost. The All Defensor is the power part that makes it so that they don't get the bonus for cumulative attacks that miss.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it eliminates the penalties from repeated targeting, positioning. It equips the unit with a barrier field, and it grants the endurance spirit.
It also gives you a barrier.
Yeah, the barrier is not the important part, though, because realistically, you put that on somebody like, I don't know, Kiriko or
super dodgy, they can't be
Ogami,
hit anymore.
and like Ogami will never be hit if you put the All Defensor on him.
Yep.
And yeah, as we did just see there as well, the getting people to ace not only gets them their whatever their like individual ace bonus is, but everybody has a thing where when you get that ace talk, you get a free stat up program from it as well, which is pretty nice.
all right. I've got a question. I'm noticing how many slots they have for learn skills. Is that enough slots to learn every skill on a character?
Possibly.
I mean, possibly. I've never have bothered because there are some skills that are just outright not worth it on certain people.
There's 4
Yeah.
pages of skills we can buy, which doesn't include things like all the
Unique skills.
characters we have. So possibly,
Probably not.
it'd be close, but
Okay.
Well, because
so
I think there are
everything
as
from
many.
here-
I think there are as many in the. Oh yes, and also that's the other thing to consider
Yeah.
is that everything past 3.5 is actually just stats, basically. So
Also, yeah, like that doesn't go on the learn skills board. None of these go on the learn skills
Oh, okay.
board.
Huh.
yeah, the stat ups do not actually go on there. SP up might, but the
Yeah.
CQB up and stuff absolutely do not. As you can see, it even switches over to show their stats. The only thing about those is you are limited in how many of those you can put on a single pilot.
Yes.
That's fair.
Not these.
Huh? Yes, you are.
There's a limit. Huh. We're not gonna hit with the amount we have, anyways.
No.
But, let's
There,
see.
there is a limit. It's pretty high, but I think it's like you can only. There's a limit per stat. I think you can only do like 10 or 20.
Stick to that for now. All right.
Yeah, no, I was thinking over like stupid stuff I used to do when I was younger in games.
Oh, we want to do 7 officers. It's
Yeah.
optional.
And one of the things would have been building a character that had every single skill.
It is an absolute waste. The vast majority of characters have no use for every skill.
There's a reason I said it was stupid.
Like, again, you're literally talking about putting a skill that, like, saves ammo for pilots that have no weapons that use ammo.
Right.
Things like that. Also, even more so than enough slots, I don't know that you would actually end up with enough PP to do it outside of literally making every other pilot worthless because you don't get anything for them.
Most of the stuff is fairly cheap. The expensive thing, it depends. You would be wasting a lot of good expensive skills. Would be the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Like your +1 movements, you want to straight up throw on to.
Drill boy.
that's true.
Is he the son of Drill Man? Wiley's gonna be pissed that his robots are reproducing. And now I'm questioning whether Wiley actually built Drill Man.
No, they're just sad.
Yes, that's soccer detective drill boy. He's the soccer ball in his chest.
So you guys watch this show, right?
What, Jay Decker?
Yes.
I watched like 5 episodes of it.
Okay.
What?
I just wonder on this character. It's
What, soccer detective?
Oh, hi,
What?
Gunmax.
Drill Boy.
yep. It's like all the other ones are vehicle themed in one way or another, and then there's Drill Boy.
So is he.
Yeah.
What is he?
Drill.
He's a tractor or jet with a drill on the front of it.
Okay, conventional vehicle theme.
Are you telling me
Yes.
that seminal cinematic masterpiece, The Core, just made up that thing with a drill on the front of it?
No, I answered your question for you.
I will have no part of this slander.
Oh, yes, and the other robot we get added here, Eric Estrada.
What's great, by the way, is on the actual vehicle form, that soccer ball is nowhere.
I mean, like I say, I would guess it was similar to. I forgot
The thing
its
that annoys
name.
me about Drill Boy isn't the fact that it's a drill boy and he's drill themed. Like, it's specifically soccer detective drill boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I contribute that to whoever the fuck makes super AI robots being high as balls 80% of the time.
None of
Bill
the other
Tucker.
ones have a sports theme randomly bolted onto them.
They didn't build him to do that. He just got really obsessed with soccer.
Sure.
They did have to cut out the additional like 3-minute section where he lays a soccer ball like an egg.
It
was disturbing.
It's that like thing about like super AIs actually developing their own personalities. Drill Boy just got really into soccer, so they gave him a soccer bomb.
Sure.
That is a bomb, by the way.
Of course it is.
And I quote, his personal weapons include an unspecified amount of Bravinium-made soccer balls in his chest, which can sprout spikes and be kicked at the enemy, called the soccer bomb. He is also equipped with a pair of machine guns on his legs.
I love that line immediately came out as you said that. You have got to be kidding me.
Hey, he can go 294 kilometers per hour when drilling through sand. And 27 whole kilometers per hour drilling through granite. Bedrock.
Okay, that's actually pretty fast.
Eric Estrada bot.
I don't know what it is about him that weirds me out the most, the mustache or the hair.
Have you seen the hair of people in the Brave series? This is actually pretty normal.
Yeah, I know that. It's more of just like there's something creeper about him.
Creepy about it. He was just on that side of the fart.
It might primarily be the fact that he's totally on board about this little kid leading these giant robots.
That one of the giant robots make soccer balls. Really, they don't have an argument anymore.
Thanks, Yuta. I'll give it my best. You're welcome, Yuta.
I was going to
really
say, oh
confusing.
god, I don't know if you're thanking
This is
yourself
going
or
to get
someone
mighty
else.
confusing. Might have to call you Yuta to clear things up.
Gonna have a heart-to-heart with the motorcycle cop while we butt chug gasoline.
That's a line. Dang, I forgot about the ninja.
Well, we need the ninja. That way it adds up to 7 officers.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, Gunmax has PTSD.
Boy, kids are dumb.
Can confirm.
Like, also, just so we are clear, by the way, the soccer detective thing is not entirely out of nowhere. I don't think they actually mentioned it in this game, but all the members of the Brave Police are something detective. Like, Deckard is Brave Detective, Gunmax is Motorcycle Detective, Dumpson is...
Who the fuck made that?
Dumpson is Wrestler Detective. Power Joe is Kung Fu Detective. McCrane is Combat Detective. Shadowmaru is Ninja Detective.
Oh, I'm.
Yeah, makes sense.
I would've been
Kagero, I
fine.
don't think actually has a specified detective name, simply because he was like a prototype. But like, yes,
Oh, God.
they are all something detective.
I see Queen Shitter's
And they
around.
are all equally spread out nonsensical, with the exception of like motorcycle detective and combat detective.
Yes, and Duke, who we will meet later, is Night Detective.
I'd say Brave Detective sensible considering the
Oh,
series.
Brave Detective will sense because it's a Brave series.
Yeah.
Then you have Wrestling Detective, Kung Fu Detective, Soccer Detective.
Yeah. I want to imagine Anti being as small as he is probably just running up and hitting him in the knee. I will defeat you. See, this guy gets it.
This perfectly normal person, certainly.
Look, he has a mask on because he's worried about spreading a disease. What a kind,
I have a
caring guy.
cold.
Yeah. He just goes all in on his masks. That's all. Got one of them razor masks that ended up being completely worthless. I remember when they first announced those, and I'm like, that's not going to be worth the money you pay for it at all. That's going to barely function as a mask.
But it has RGB on it. That increases functionality, right?
No.
Oh no, magnet bots.
You snarky little shit.
Max. Seven officers. And a priest walk into a bar.
Which is funny. You would think after the first one, the others would duck.
Wait, what am I gonna do? Definitely you. You. Lion.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do still need eventually to get a fair amount of kills on the Ray Earth girls. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah, like we are still technically accumulating kill count for Ray Earth and Mazinger.
Yeah.
I'm ready for another moment of fails to combine.
Nope.
Oh.
No. Especially isn't that long plot wise.
No, they already went through the I don't want to fight. I just want to play soccer. Well, you can play soccer and fight. Fucking really? That's it. It takes like 5 seconds. They're just like, they're not ready yet. It will very quickly become ready.
I mean, they just did the thing I said. I was ready for. We're going to combine. We failed.
Yeah, they resolve it in like a minute.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to take forever. Just like, I was just ready for it to happen again. Them to have their talk and then go, okay, we can do it now.
Yeah, they have to resolve it immediately. We don't. They didn't actually make stats for all three of them individually. Thankfully.
You're making that word up.
Magnetronificate?
Well, yeah, he's gonna crush them into magnetons.
Listen, he has a theme, and he's going to stick with it.
Magnet, 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 magnet. Is it working yet?
Is he Magnet Man?
Maybe. In the same way that like somebody who delivers mail is a mailman.
Oh no, wait, yeah, you do technically come from a combining robot team. Like, why? It's just odd because he's in Shin Getter Dragon the entire
Yes.
game.
Yes, we never actually get a Robo from that Getter series.
Yeah.
Like, even when Hayato and Benkei come back, they just work as sub-pilots in Shin Getter Dragon.
Yeah.
And now we have Super Build Tiger. It's not really any better.
It's like one more attack.
Yeah.
Is it an attack we'll use?
No, because we're not going to
We're
use
not-
Super Build.
Yeah, we're not
Tiger.
using Build Tiger.
yeah.
Fair.
The characters worth using in J Decker are J Decker,
Duke Fire, because you
off-brand
have
J
to.
Decker, and then Fire J Decker, who's a combination of off-brand J Decker and J Decker.
J. Decker Light.
Well, Deckard gets damaged.
J Decker British.
Yes. See aforementioned Knight Detective Duke. Who's an ambulance.
Okay, what's our beat things up? Okay,
Yep.
and they're like all. Why the fuck are you guys here? I know
Because-
I know they got mentioned, but it's like
Because they're working with Bionet.
okay, it's just throwing Gal Gadgar villains.
Well, no, because they established that Bionet is
Yeah,
has
I know.
the
It's-
pseudo Zonder metals. This is a consequence of the Super Robot War story.
We.
Oh,
Like,
fucking elevation.
they are here because they didn't want to make this level beat up 8 death magnets.
Which is surprisingly restrained for them because it usually is beat up 8 death magnets.
No, they almost always have at least 2 villain types.
Let's see. Yeah, we just still have the base stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, can we get away with Turnstile Blade? Yeah, reasonably well. He's probably still dead, but...
Yeah.
Nope.
Barrier saved his life.
Not Cradine saved his life.
Basically.
And
Oh, there's a guy here.
And by saved his life, I mean spared him for until we get someone there.
No, wait, that's fine. Stop asking questions and get on the bus. Okay. You're already an ace. Oh, this thing is that's why. We'll just
Yeah,
I guess.
this was the thing that made them, or that barely survived.
Yep. Yes, he may already be an ace, but we could get him to great ace or super ace.
Oh, now they're super ace?
Yes.
Yes, there is super ace technically.
What are the benefits thereof?
Increased universal effective ace bonus, which obviously differs from character to character because it's based on what their ace bonus is. They start with an additional 10 morale, and they get 30% more funds generation from killing enemies.
It's not bad.
I've got to be honest, I don't know if we're going to see it in this playthrough or not.
Yeah. Like, if it happens, it happens, but
I've played through most of the game twice. I have not on either playthrough gotten super ace on anyone, or even all that close.
Yeah. It requires 300 kills.
Yeah. Which is a lot even for this game. There. In city maps.
Like, honestly, it's almost certainly a new game plus thing.
oh, no doubt.
And even then, you have to specifically take the thing through New Game Plus to keep pilot scores.
Oh, is that not a default thing?
So the way the New Game Plus works in this one is actually kind of very similar to like how the New Game Plus stuff's working in, say, like the Tales series, where when you complete the game, you have X amount of points, kind of like the grade shop in Tales. In this, it is 10% of the amount of MXP you have earned over the course of the entire game, and then you get to spend it to decide what stuff you keep. Everything, like all the stat stuff, are basically 25%, 50%, or 100%. So credits, PP, MXP, and pilot scores. Those are all 1,000, 3,000, or 5,000 points. So again, 10% of the MXP you earned across the entire playthrough. Each individual power part requires points to keep. 200 points for a bronze part, 500 points for a silver part, 1,000 points for a gold part, or 2,000 points for a rainbow part. And then there are new bonuses you can get for New Game Plus. You can spend 8,000 for an extra power part slot on every unit, 7,000 for each for double credits, XP, and PP.
Huh.
I do kind of like it in a way because it at least allows you to do a little bit more customization if you're doing a New Game Plus. If you, for instance, don't want to keep all the XP, like all the levels on the units you have, and completely trivialize the game, for instance,
Yeah.
you can choose not to. But like, oh, I don't want, I don't want all the levels, but I definitely want to be able to access all like the power parts I would ever want. Okay, well, I'm going to choose to keep all my PP, but none of my XP or whatever.
I think I want to say a better implementation, but at the same time, I kind of understand what they're going for. Would just be to make it a options list, not require points. But I can also, like I said, I kind of see the aspect of having it be point based.
Also, just so we are clear, the points are extremely negligible.
Oh, do you have enough, typically at that point to buy everything at max if you wanted?
Probably, unless you have just
Okay.
like straight burned through the story of the game.
Yeah, that was my thought. It was like, there was a lot more you had to pick and choose what you were and weren't able to get. But if you generally...
You may not be able to buy all the like doublers and the bonus power part slot along with everything else, but like if you want to keep all your MXP, PP credits, whatever, that's not a challenge.
Yeah, see, that's the type of thing I would want as a thing.
Like, to put this in perspective, again, we're not into chapter 4 yet. I think we're, just based on what we've spent, probably closing in on, if not in excess of 100,000 MXP already.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, now, if you're doing a New Game Plus after doing all of the game and you're able to keep all your progress effectively like that, that's all I would want minimum.
Yeah, I want to say that would necessitate getting like 200,000 MXP over the course of the game, which is
And
fucking
we're
nothing.
already halfway there, so yeah.
No, I was barely trying, man.
Like, realistically, the big one that you're not likely to be able to do is keeping all of your power parts,
Yeah.
just because they are per part.
But to be fair, you're not generally worried about carrying every power part forward.
No.
You're worried about carrying enough for the units you're planning on using.
Yeah. Well, and also with the understanding that, like, you're going to get them again.
Yeah.
You know, we can just use non-ferrous matter in order to hurt it. It's not like a magnetic field can repel everything.
Yes, it can. Magneto's proven that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Vince, you are as big a comics book fan as I am. You know Magneto calls bullshit on that.
Yep.
Magneto has held people back by the iron in their blood.
Yep.
Not understanding how much iron is in people's blood doesn't mean Magneto's overpowered.
Magneto uses magic and pretends it's magnetism.
Fair.
He's really just a true mage from Mage the Ascension. It is just his focus of how his magic works. Oh god, that explains like half of Marvel at least.
Yeah, no, that absolutely does. I'd have to say my favorite explanation for a dumb mutant power is still Cyclops.
His eyes are open portals to the dimension of kinetic energy.
Yep.
Which means if they mounted a solid metal plate in front of his face that was immune to damage, he could become Flyclops.
Ah.
Max armor.
It's called Gunmax for a reason.
Yes. For some reason, attaching to the max cannon is referred to as max armor mode, despite the fact that no part of this is armor.
Ah, non-ferrous energy attacks, my one weakness.
Also, yes, the Cyclops kinetic beams thing is, that's not my favorite, horrendous, like, terrifying explanation for an X-Men power. That still belongs to Gambit.
Yep.
whose canonical mutant power is the ability to directly convert the potential energy of any object he touches directly into kinetic energy.
At least he has control over it.
At least he doesn't punch with the force of 1,000 suns.
Okay, Sentry isn't really a mutant, though.
He isn't, but that's actually the worst example of not knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Yep. That's on the same level of you should probably look into what this actually is, as Mag Cargo's Pokedex entry.
Or the yields on laser
in
weapons in
Star
Star Wars,
Yep.
where there's like a troop carrier that has gigaton blasters on it.
I have to assume that things in Star Wars universe, similar to the Pokemon universe, use entirely different scales that don't actually mesh up to our real world ones.
Yep. One of the discords I was in recently did you get $5 million, but you have to live a year in whatever universe the most recent game was. And I'm like, I played Pokemon. I'm fucked if a walking natural disaster occurs. Because there's so many.
I mean, the general population in Pokemon seems to be fine no matter what's going on, so...
Yeah, I mean, most of them just stay in their hometown and never walk in tall grass, and they're perfectly fucking
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
True, I'm not a 10-year-old. I'm not expected to go out adventuring.
I mean, hell, as long as you're in one of the smaller towns and not one of the big cities, the teams usually even leave you the fuck alone.
And sure, there is a chance of, like, a primal sea deity and a primal earth deity having a fight. But then some little 10-year-old kid's going to get involved and a primal sky deity's going to come down and tell them both to knock the fuck off. Everything's fine.
And it takes like a month for that to resolve. And
Yeah.
realistically, it
And
doesn't
most
even do
people
that.
aren't affected.
Yeah, it doesn't do that a whole lot of damage to the world in actuality. Like, there's not even burnt buildings. Like,
Gridman's like on the opposite side of the field, man. We're gonna have you're gonna have a bit of a journey here.
we do need to defeat Anti with Gridman.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, as far as the Pokemon universe goes, the worst you have to deal with is the existential dread that when you die, your ghost becomes a Pokemon.
Right.
Which carries deep implications about Pokemon and humans
In
in
ancient
general.
times, Pokemon and human were interchangeable. Humans even married Pokemon.
Okay, so if you ever hear a Cyndaquil or a Typhlosion calling out in the woods at night,
Also, like,
That was debunked as that was not an actual thing.
also like having to consider the ramifications of somehow we developed, for all intents and purposes, digital nectarines.
Look, you take an apricorn,
Because for
you
some reason,
take a rock,
because
and
for
that's
some-
how you make a Pokeball.
Yeah, because for some reason a hollowed out seed of a citrus fruit can capture monsters.
That and a rock.
Well, you use the rock to hollow it out.
look, God said it worked, and I don't question it. I mean, he's right there.
Yes, some 10-year-old has God right there.
Look, I'm not trusting the fucked up deer over in the corner.
Some 10-year-old, half the people in that desert.
Yeah.
Look, that fucked up deer in one of the games decides to literally create another god in front of you. Just, I don't know, to flex.
Damn it, I'm going to Shin Megami Tensei where monster catching makes sense. We just call everything a demon.
And hell, I mean, in Shin Megami Tensei, no 10-year-old captures God. Kills him, maybe, but doesn't capture him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it makes more sense because it's also, you're not capturing them, you're literally making bargains with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, Shin Megami Tensei is just like...
Also,
less
explicitly,
insane
their
Pokemon.
data. In Shin Megami Tensei.
Well, you're basically
Demons are data.
It depends on the SMT game.
No, base SMT, like core, like mainline SMT, demons are data. That's why you access them through a comp.
Well, it's either A, they're explicitly data themselves,
Or they are able to be like recorded as data.
Yeah, they can be converted into it, or the summoning ritual to get them is converted.
I would just like to lodge a complaint against these Pokemon kids getting involved in the Shin Megami Tensei thing. I can't believe that a kid with a Bellsprout is winning the War of Bell.
No, we don't.
Summon Bell awesome.
No, we don't.
doesn't count.
We don't let Pokemon get involved with Shin Megami Tensei. That's how you get demi kids.
Ugh.
So when are we playing Demi Kids on stream?
Never.
Never.
Meanwhile,
I will delete our Twitch account before I let us play Demi Kids on stream.
There's a reason we don't actually entertain the joke of Demi Kids every time it's mentioned. We just move on and pretend no one said it.
Like,
That's fair.
Like, explicitly, there is a reason why fucking Devil Survivor is taking place on Poke Mondays and not Demi Kids.
I mean, Devil Survivor's a good game.
Dosfer is a good game.
Yes. It's also not Demi Kids, the one Shin Megami Tensei game that would actually qualify for Poke Mondays.
Okay, so apparently that just ends the mission, I think.
Huh? What, defeating Auntie? No.
No, defeating Gauss.
Dr. Gauss.
Yes, that is the objective.
Yeah. Yeah, which means we can't get this point.
We should still be alright. I think.
Is there another objective after that?
No, I mean, as far as
Oh, the ain't enough points for
getting
her.
enough points for Akane.
Probably, yeah. Because there are definitely more points than you actually need.
Yeah, we need 4 Akane points. We missed 2 here. We already got the one from earlier. There are 4 more points flat before the time we need to get them.
Yeah. As a side, I generally don't pay attention to objectives, so I don't realize this shit.
I fucking love Gridman Max form.
Yep.
Oh, fun.
What?
We have a fire weather watch alert out here.
Oh.
Great. Which is funny because it was 43 degrees this morning. At like 8 a.m.
76 right now, which isn't exactly hot.
No. I think it's just very dry.
Probably.
Look, that guy that's behind all this.
Yeah, it just means there's a couple optional missions we have to do.
Yeah.
And then in the mission where where the points are relevant, we have to achieve do a certain thing before certainly not over justice shows up.
So
Yeah, so again, that was technically an optional mission, but that gets us Max Cannon, Max Gridman, and the Tiger Fang combination attack early.
yeah. Chaos. Where do I start? Cannon! Yep, those onboard missions that we'll actually do on stream.
This mission is canon.
Yes. Yes, it is.
How dare you?
Cannon.
Gonna fire him out of cannon. All right, Yuta, get in there.
Yep. I think this mission technically has prerequisites. It's just I think we met
Yes.
them when we
Oh yeah,
got
easily.
Gridman.
The prerequisites for this mission are unlocking and beating 7 officers, and Gridman having a score of 30 plus.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, as soon as we're in and able to check stuff, check what Gridman's current score is.
Uh, 39.
Okay, I don't think there are enough enemies in this mission to
Get to
50.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see, because I can't remember if there's a second wave or not.
And just because.
Yeah, because if we get him to 50, then we get the other optional Gridman mission to unlock the other attack.
Yeah. A little curl, not really unusual for her. No, you're fine. I 100% guarantee you're fine.
We're finished.
Well, yeah, you killed him in a cutscene.
Yep. So now we have Buster
That's okay.
Gridman,
Yeah. So,
our crazy long range attack.
yeah. Plays at long range, but does not have move and shoot. Yeah, so basically his 3 attacks he gets from the other 3 have the same attack power, just different ranges, and they all have 4
Different ranges and ability stuff,
Yeah.
basically. They are all basically essentially very situational.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I really like the animation for Buster Gridman, though.
Yeah. Here, let's see it again.
Having never seen the series, Boar seems to have gremlin energy.
Yes. Yes, the fact that the heavy artillery upgrade is also a extremely pissed off Twin Tail Lolly is quite funny.
Managed. I'm pretty sure I could melee them all to death. Alright. So now it is time for Soldiers Rising, I think.
Yeah, I mean, probably do a quick sweep just to make sure
Yeah.
we grab any of the dispatch missions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And potentially Iris may have shown up, though I don't think so. But other than that,
Also, Irish didn't show up.
Yeah.
I didn't think she would have, but you never can tell.
All right. Soldiers Rising. I'd say something about the plot of Commander V also happening on this Earth, but I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Even I haven't fucking watched Combat V.
By the way, if this session gets muted,
Yeah,
there's
it's the risk
nothing
we
we can
take.
do about it. Yeah. I might be able to do systems in the middle of battle. I'm not sure.
Probably, maybe.
Of course not. That would involve talking to Commodore Fikes. Yes, he proposed saving the Earth by dropping a meteor on it. Or he opposed saving the Earth by dropping a meteor on it. So for those playing Super Robot Team Bingo, I think you've achieved Blackout by now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is not the,
Yeah, it's the MIDI with mild
Yeah.
voiceover work, kind of like the other one.
Yeah. No, they will not. Also, considering this is an old super robot, there's a non-zero chance that you're smaller than the leg of this robot.
They'll regret it very briefly until they die.
They're not aiming for the cockpit, so they'll live.
Yeah, that one. Okay. That should cover everything. Alright, with that, this is Combat Battler V. It just plain kicks ass. This is not all of its attacks.
I mean, old school 70s super robot show. They
Yeah.
added a new attack every second week.
Yes, exactly. The other thing about it is it has 5 pilots.
All of whom have full spirits.
Yes. It is a spirit battery.
Since you mentioned size, most of the Gundams are somewhere in the realm of like 16 to 20 meters.
Correct.
57 meters on Combat Battler V.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all goes up the size of a leg. Like the first half of a leg.
Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting is they all do actually specialize when it comes to their abilities. Pretty much based on their tropes. So you actually get a wide variety of skills just on this one mech. Also, and much more importantly, we have a yo-yo.
About that not attacking the cockpit thing.
Yeah, they're fine.
It's next to the cockpit, but it's not the cockpit. That's what's important.
To reiterate just exactly how much they specialize, by the way, there is precisely one overlap across all 30 skills that the Combat Battler V team has. 2 of them have bullseye. Other than that, they all literally have individual spirits.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to crush your little toys when you're finding something 4 times as large as you. So weird flex.
Stick missile!
Send its data on their cockpit so you can avoid it, right? So you can avoid it, right?
It's a non-lethal explosion. We're fine.
Twin Lancer.
I should just put wall on this thing the whole time.
So this does mean that by the time they get their last spirit, which is usually around level 50, Combattler V has 29 spirits. There are 35 spirits in the game. Yeah, it, genuinely, like, even if they weren't already one of the best actual units in the game with all the insane fucking attacks they have, they would still be one of the best units in the game solely for the fact that you gain access to virtually every spirit in the game just by fielding them.
Okay, then. Let's just keep showing off attacks. You are literally the definition of a broadside of the barn. They can hit you.
Yo-yos, dick missile, flamethrowers,
You're not even trying to take this
kunais
seriously,
that
are you?
connect to a double blade.
I don't know what you're talking about. They're
I'm
being very
Combattler
serious.
V, and I have many, many powers.
Yep, Char's dead.
Yeah, about that.
Totally dead.
And if Char's not dead, the next time I see him, I'm going to make him dead.
We have not done.
No, we've not done V laser, and we haven't done the attack. We don't have right.
Yeah. All right. This is what it says on the tin.
It's a V laser. What you want?
You know, the V-Laser, you would be able to get the legs and both arms while keeping the cockpit safe. It's a very useful anti-Sion weapon.
No, not a bunch of trash.
Yep. Oh yes, and a man who needs no introduction. So, anyways,
This is Koji Kabuto.
you've seen him in every single Super Robot Wars game we've played.
Yep.
Despite what may be going on here, he is the pilot of the Mazinger Z. He has been in literally, I think, all but like 2 Super Robot Wars games ever made.
The name sounds familiar. Is he the one who swore that he'll never die, and then the next episode title is Koji Kabuto dies in magma?
Showing up here in Ichinaga.
Let's see.
Apparently, he didn't believe these enemies were worth actually bringing the Mazinger to the fight.
He technically doesn't have it at the moment.
No. Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a reason he doesn't have the Mazinger.
Like, we will get it in 2 seconds as soon as we complete this mission and then go into the next mission where you get the fucking Zeto.
Yeah.
But
If you do the Earth route, you spend a much longer time with him in the Ichinaya because he's
like very early. He's
he's
one of the first
he's
optionals you can
missionable.
grab.
No, he's not
basically.
even the first optional. He's the first mission.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the he's the character who shows up along.
That's right.
alongside.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. He is starter for Earthroot. Right, because then it's Combattler and J-Decker are the two paths. They're optionals, essentially.
I actually don't hate the Ichinayas. They are actually...
Ichinana's fine.
Yeah.
It's a mass-produced Mazinger Zetto, basically.
Yeah, and by the standards of mass-produced units, you're still mass-producing something that is completely absurd, so... a scaled-down Mazinger is still fairly, reasonable on the power scale, at least from how they have built the thing.
Yeah.
It's not a gunbuster. Battleship. And the rock column, and you and other people. You.
Rude.
Unfortunately, we can only deploy like 10 people, so you're all on the ship.
Oh, yeah, there is nothing special in this mission, just do
Just
the
run
thing.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your starting score? Okay, so we need 50, I think, for that mission. For his ship mission, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah. Let's see.
He almost have a score of 30.
Never mind. Okay, that's immediately unlocked.
We do have to go in and get Combattler up to level 5s across the board, because we do actually need the custom bonus on Combattler V.
Yeah, we'll do that immediately after this mission. On both of them, really.
Yeah, because the Ichinana carries over to the Zetto, so there's no reason to not.
Alright, sporters.
Zoom, zoom.
Everyone gain charge. Screw playing fair. Okay, you're getting on the show.
Even with charge, he's still a dude. Can't cover water very well.
Yeah, you're close enough. Good. Nope. We should. Oh, it requires that much, that's why. Oh, got there for now then. Ah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you start with Cheer and Bless. Okay. Nope, not enough again. Okay. Oh, should I? Ishidaya being also one of the, I think the only Mazinger unit that has a ranged attack.
It may be, yeah. Because all the others are just long-range CQBs, basically.
Yeah.
They qualify as CQBs even though they're like range 4. Or like Breastfire, Thunderbreak.
Yeah. Yeah, because everything is melee.
Everything on great is melee.
I drop someone in the middle of it. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, there we go.
Glub, glub, glub.
Glub glub.
Sorry, you're covered by a rock. Throw it above the ship otherwise. God damn it, get over here, guys. I think about AXL. One!
Literally 1 health point.
Yep.
Jesus.
The only one you need.
And now they don't even have that.
Okay, now you have cheer. Big clear this out about, yeah. Wait for other people. Don't put anyone on you. Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, we have 3 different things I can cheer on the field. 4 different things. Okay. Get her, babe.
Oh,
That is loud.
yeah. That did not get audio adjusted.
No, that did not get audio adjusted at all.
I don't have headphones on and I can hear it.
Yep.
I mean, Heats is supposed to be loud, but that's loud. I will work on that after the stream. For now, we may want to go in there and turn that on, switch that back over.
The good news is we're all awake.
Just a second. You're good for that. Okay. Ah! Give me a second, I'll get to a different song. Be the quickest way out of this. That. Spirits. Bless.
Sorry about this one, folks. I mean, the good thing is, as far as we know, that might be muted on YouTube anyway. It's technically from an anime.
It has to be advocated, so. We might not have played enough of it either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because we used it last week and it was fine, so. Both on the, I don't think we got any strikes, and the volume wasn't.
Well, okay, two things. One, we exported last week's video to YouTube about an hour ago.
Okay.
And two, I don't think it played last week. I don't think we actually did any attack animations from him.
I don't know. I definitely filled it in him.
Yeah,
You did field him, but
but
I
don't
don't.
play the track if you don't show the animation.
Yeah, I don't think we actually did any attack animations from him, so we didn't actually hear that last week. It's no big deal. We've got Audacity on this computer. I can modify the file.
Yeah.
I just realized the way his head looks, it looks like someone hit him on the head really hard. Left a dent. When I was 3, my dad used my head as a rest for his beer.
I don't know. Shar, what do you think? Both sides are just as bad. Xeon dropped a colony and the Federation are really inefficient at governance. That makes them equally bad.
Why do we have to get political? Just because war was brought up.
They just both care about waging war. I'm sure if they wanted to, the Federation would also gas a colony and killing all of its citizens and then drop it on Xeon. What do you mean they could have done that at any time and didn't?
I mean,
Okay, the
technically
Federation.
they did one of those.
Okay, the Federation, no. Elements of the Federation, yeah, probably.
Yeah. I mean, the Titans absolutely gassed a colony.
Well, I got several colonies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like, part of the forces opposing the Titans were also the
Yeah.
parts of the Federation, so it's not exactly.
I mean, they technically defected from the Federation.
Yeah,
They joined AU.
yeah, that's the thing. They actually weren't.
Yeah, okay, they were defected from the Federation for as long as the group's conflict lasted.
The AU was quite literally people from both Xeon and the Federation who said, no, this shit bad, we're stopping this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Anti-Earth Union group was not part of the Earth Federation.
I didn't help that the, people in charge really didn't mind at all what the Titans were doing. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was partially didn't mind at all, and partially they actually really couldn't do anything about it because the Titans, for all intents and purposes, took over the entirety of the Federation military,
Yep.
essentially. And so it was kind of like, well, I mean, we could politically tell them to stop, and then they just overthrow us.
And then Bascom and Jamatov Hyman don't give a shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite little pictures is the two of them high-fiving with the,
We killed a lot of people. Yeah.
yep.
Hey, Titan, stop doing that. Yeah,
No.
sure.
No.
No.
I'm going to do it more just because you said that.
I could very literally be an actual quote from them.
Right. This isn't to say that there aren't shitters in the Federation even
Oh, no.
prior to that.
Absolutely.
I mean,
But they're genuine.
Eighth MS team exists.
Yeah, but like, there
Yep.
genuinely is like an actual matter of scale. Like,
Yeah.
we've done it tons of times before across all of these games. I will talk mad shit about the Federation and how they're not good guys by any means, but there is absolutely scale of bad guys, and Xeon is far worse.
Yep.
Yeah. The people in charge of the Federation are generally at the top.
They're just ineffective bureaucrats.
The people at the top of Xeon are Space Hitler and Space.
Space Hitler and his family who are mostly going along with him.
Yeah. Okay, in fairness, Space Hitler is actually the eldest son. Degene
Yeah.
isn't really Space Hitler.
No.
Yes, but at that point he was more of a figurehead. Garen was
Stalin?
leading.
I'm not sure.
Well, no, Garen
I
wasn't
lose
really
by
leading
comparison.
until he killed Degene.
Yeah.
And took over. But
I know you're talking about those dastardly Federation killed him.
yeah, like,
Also, it may just be the book, I don't remember. Didn't Garen try to kill, what's her face? The sister?
Cecilia?
Cecilia.
I mean, probably.
It's like, Shard beat him to the punch. but-
Everybody tried to get. Garen didn't actively, wasn't actively planning an assassination against Cecilia. He did, however, basically deny her ship the ability to leave,
Also, end of chapter.
which is also why Shar was able to float up and fire a bazooka through the window directly into the bridge.
Yep.
It might just be the novel then, because I think in the novel, he literally aims the super weapon he's got at her fleet. It's like, I'll take out the Federation, but your sister's there. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Okay.
The novel had some very interesting shit. Like Amuro dying.
Or dying to a bazooka on the back.
Yep. And Kai and Shar making a very temporary alliance to go into Side 3, kill Garen, and then Kai said, if I ever see you again, I'm killing you.
There you are. Yeah, 'cause we're absolutely using both of those.
Yeah, you need to go in there and actually upgrade it.
Yeah.
Which is why Kai is probably one of my favorite characters out of original Mobile Suit Gundam.
All weapons game barrier buster.
Also, yeah, another reason Calm Battler is fucking busted.
Just a little.
Not gonna be able to get fully there,
No.
but we've got a bunch of extra missions to run now, so.
Is
Yeah.
it going to get replaced by the...
Yes, it gets
Okay.
replaced, but its upgrades carry over to the Zeto, and we essentially end up with an extra Ichinana.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, because I was going to say, it's like, it makes no sense to upgrade him if we're just going to be swapping armors on him, or
because this is easily the most needed
mecha
thing
armor.
on this thing.
But yeah, it's just going
Yeah.
straight upgrade like that. Makes sense.
Fighter spirit. There we go. I can pretend we're not going to use you as well. Might as well just get those out of the way. Okay. AOS.
Oh, good magazine.
Yeah.
Also got Ropet's brainwave scanner.
Yeah, well, anyways.
It actually is somewhat useful.
It supports, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually really good to put on Ogami or Taiga. Seeing as, frankly, their entire purpose in existence is to support defend.
That's... Sure. Because if I have cost, he's going to have energy issues.
Crystal Drive is just a giant pile of energy.
Yeah. Just double checking things before. All right. All right. He almost failures.
Real quick, go back to the area missions first. Check something.
Oh, the...
Yeah. Okay. So as you can see here, we have Contact Pentagona. Contact Pentagona is the first story mission of Chapter 3. We get to do 5 missions, and then we're forced to do Contact Pentagona.
5 area missions.
Yes, 5 area missions.
Yeah.
So we can do all of the area missions we currently have.
Yeah.
Yeah, onboard missions don't count towards it. Onboard missions are their own special thing.
Yeah. It's also notable that it unlocks the outer regions of space, because...
Yeah, this is really only notable in that if we had not cleared all of the optional missions we had access to before doing Soldiers Rising, we would not be able to clear them all before having to do Contact Pentagona.
Yeah.
That being said, there are no additional optional missions unlocked just by doing Contact Pentagona. So unless we hit other, some of the handful of other missions that are just unlocked by like, oh, get, XYZ kill amount on somebody or whatnot, we would have additional time because you then have another 3 area missions before the next story mission. And yeah, all the upgrades off of Koji's Ichinana carry over to the Zeto, which then also carry over to the Mazen Kaiser.
Yeah. That's why it's perfectly fine to upgrade the Ichinai.
Yep. Much like all the upgrades we did to the 78 carried over to the MP new, and all upgrades on the MP new carry over to the actual new. And all the upgrades on the new carry over to the high new.
By the way, this is the only other mission I think that uses this map.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Looks like it's made out of Legos.
A shiny new attack.
Yep. Brand Dasher.
I
Second.
have 2 pages of attacks on the suit.
Yep. Okay. Okay, now we fix that.
Fair.
Who that? Clobber time.
Labyrinth time.
He's not listening. Welcome to Yoma.
Dude, sometimes you just get really into the thrill of battle.
We're gonna turn ourselves into a tank.
Ah!
Super EM spin.
Yes, the ultimate attack.
Turns into a giant drill.
Got her turned away. Alright. Moving on with the plot.
What if I did this? Pulls out a gun and shoots Yoma.
Oh,
Ah, the green Tri-Stars.
Appreciate the advice, but screw that.
I'm just gonna fire laser through all of them. How about that?
Laser, you're not thinking.
Yo.
No,
Turn myself into a drill, a tank.
that one.
So many options.
Grand Dash has a map version.
Yep. There's also a map version of Grand Dasher. This is actually 2 attacks we're unlocking, not 1.
Yep. Yeah, we get Grand Dasher, we get the Grand Dasher map attack. We also get a power boost to the Super EM spin.
Yeah, his most powerful attack. Yeah, notably, it's actually a move and attack map attack, too.
Oh, cute.
Yep.
Yeah, with that as the AoE.
Oh, okay, it's a 3-line
Yeah.
starting to.
Yeah. Might as well cheer.
Just like violence too much.
We also get a halfway decent power part out of this. Get the Juzo's sniping tips, which is plus 20 sight and plus 1 range of non-move and fire, non-map RNG weapons.
So plus 1 range to sniping weapons.
Basically.
Yeah.
A thing we could totally put on that dude from Majestic Prince and he'd still be fucking worthless.
I did want to be less crazy, but at the same time, I realize he's just a nutcase. So let him use whatever attacks he wants.
The crazy's working. Fuck it.
Does remind me. That was... Okay, that one. Yeah. Just trying to remember what it was. I know I wasn't going to use it. I was just trying to remember what it was. So close. Big enough. All right. Yep. All right. Yep, might as well do the Castle of Iron Returns.
Yep. Get the Zit though.
Yep.
A half hour should be enough time.
Yeah. Yep, 91% organic matter, 10% dark matter.
Weirdly, we did cellular analysis. She's 10% honey baked ham.
The Castle of Iron returns. Okay. Sure. Start a new chapter. We actually get to deploy more people, I think, by a slight amount. I think we're up to 12 as opposed to 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
More the merrier.
Yep, good enough for me. What are the golems doing here? Glad that you guys have just as much explanation as why golems are here as I do. The return of Azura. To the surprise of no one.
Attack the power of smashing toys together.
Yep. We actually have a combination attack. And of course, Monster Entity, which also needs no introduction.
Also been in every game.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Okay. There-ish. All right, we haven't used charge yet. All right. Yeah, I'll start damned.
Or attack with one, but two machete.
Yeah. Okay, bless. There. Oh, right.
The actual monsters in it.
Yeah. Just outrange, okay.
無敵パワーその身で味わえ集中攻撃だ食らいやがれ
Ah, but what could they possibly be after? It's not like it's literally in the title.
Can't read.
Uh. What are these words? They're nouns we made up. All right. What are we? Ah, okay. Don't think we can do anything about that. Ah. Now, well. Strangely enough, it's actually easier to do when he's not on the field.
Yeah, you don't have to be next to him if he's not on the field.
I don't have to be next to him, period. It just increases the attack power. You don't have to worry about the morale on him. It's just on the person using it. Yeah.
もうお前の顔は見飽きたんだよあんた集中攻撃だ食らいやが
Translate that for you. I'm not owned, you're owned.
Yeah, like mind you, it is a pretty significant power loss for not having the other person on the field, but as you said, it is easier because then you only have to deal with managing the morale and whatnot of a single person.
Especially since I haven't actually done the morale upgrade on Tetsuya, because we're probably going to stop using Great Mazinger
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, most of the time, we really only need to field one Mazinger unit, and that Mazinger unit is Zeto.
Yeah.
This is my lab, bark bark. And this is my laboratory.
And this, Infinity. This is to a Mazinger what a Mazinger is to a normal person.
No, there is absolutely a thing as a bad pun.
This must never be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Spoiler, this probably falls into the wrong hands.
No, no. I mean, they just said it should never fall into the wrong hands. Surely it will never fall into the wrong hands.
All right, and with that, we're going to go ahead and call it there for Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming as we've continued playing through Super Robot Wars 30. Thank you all for joining us again. We'll be back tomorrow with more Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. Back on Thursday with more Alan Wake 2, and right back here next Sunday as we continue our playthrough of Super Robot Wars 30. Until then, I've been Bograt.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been Shiv.
I've been Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent.
Have a good one, everyone.